Hi, my name is Robert Martinez. We're in beautiful central Wyoming on the Wind River Reservation at Martinez Art and Design, my studios. You know, I've always been a creative person. I actually got in trouble a bunch of times for drawing on the walls when I was a kid, and then got in some bigger trouble later on spray painting on walls when I was a kid. But this question is always asked of me, and there was an elder, or perhaps it was a priest. Someone said to me that if God gives you a talent, it's for you, and if you don't use that talent, that's a sin. If people don't get to experience your talent, and if you don't use it to help people, that's a sin. So then that always stuck with me, just that type of theme and mindset. That's what kind of gave me the impetus to become an artist. You know, I was thinking about that, and I'm not sure that I have a good answer for that, because there's been so many people that have helped me and supported me over the years and given me great advice. I don't know what the best piece would be. I would say that the native artist community that has helped me and supported me, that being other native artists, have been phenomenal, all of them. They've always been gracious, they've always been courteous, they've always helped me. And I really take that to heart and try to do that myself with other up-and-coming and emerging artists. And I think that's the thing, is not necessarily the best piece of advice, but it's listening to that advice and using it and then passing it on. The main thing that inspires me, like I have said, is my Northern Arapaho culture and people, and Native people in general. And then the people here in the West, you know, growing up in Wyoming gives you a certain perspective on things. But people are the main inspiration behind my work. Although I do branch out to wildlife, but that's a kind of you know, you paint and draw 18 people in a row, you kind of got to do something different. Yeah, it's mainly people who are my inspiration. Their stories, their character, the things that they have done, that they've experienced. And you know, I like the moment of Zen, I think. And by that I mean I'm in front of a canvas or on, you know, looking at a piece of paper, and for just a certain amount of time, nothing in the whole world or the universe exists but me and that canvas or that piece of paper. Time doesn't stop, but it sure seems like it does, because it's just me and that surface or whatever it might be. That's probably my favorite thing. And my second favorite thing is seeing something that's only in my mind, from nothing, just a thought that's actualized, it becomes a reality. That's probably my second. But that only lasts for like a minuscule second, because after I'm done with something, I'm done. I'm done. It's not important anymore. Now, it's the next one. Well, my paintings are a little bit different than usual. They're actually mixed media paintings. I do a airbrushed acrylic underpainting, and then I go over it with thin translucent oil glazes. That's how I get these bright colors. And I paint in these bright colors for a reason. When people see older photographs, black and white or sepia photographs of Native people, even if somebody uses a filter on it at a powwow, it tends to give the viewer a viewpoint that these people are not around anymore. They don't exist anymore. They don't have a culture. They're gone. So I specifically paint in these bright, vibrant colors to say, no, we're right here. We're right in front of you. You can't miss us. We're strong. We're a strong culture, strong people, and we're here. You know, and a lot of times we're looking right at you. That's another thing that's going on. I use a lot of frontal poses, just so that the image is looking back at you for that acknowledgement. And then another art form that's fairly popular comes from the ledger art tradition, which is from the late 1800s, mid-late 1800s, as natives were being pushed onto reservations and they were exterminating buffalo. Depending on the Plains tribe, they were either given or would trade for already filled out ledgers, and we would disregard the background and then paint and draw over that, and it became a traditional art form. And I carried that on by using maps or other pieces of paper, but instead of disregarding the background, I use the background. As an artist, I think that's a lost opportunity to use that. So I'll use specific maps or specific vintage pieces of paper with specific text, and then the imagery to go with it. And very often I use imagery that combines both past and present. So you'll see natives with cell phones, or and also wearing traditional attire. So I'm blending those past and present themes and creating something new to say, if you have expectations of who and what native people are, I need to adjust those because we're not usually that. Also with my paintings, I've been doing some smaller work on panel, which is a harder surface. And with that, I've been trying to incorporate a three-dimensional aspect. My work is fairly flat and slick, so I wanted to incorporate a three-dimensional element. So I've been using symbols from Arapaho beadwork or our parfleche work that our women used to do, and I've been using mat board and gessoing those pieces on and then painting over those, so you get a slight three-dimensional effect. Well, first and foremost, in my opinion, I think art is communication through whatever art form that is, visually or auditory or tactile, or via food, taste buds, or all the different art forms. It's communicating an idea or a feeling. And especially now when people seem so divided about things, communication is more important than ever. Well, thanks for coming to my studio. It's Robert Martinez back in central Wyoming on the Wind River Reservation. And thanks for coming to the Nick to see the creative indigenous collective and our regional work. Appreciate it. Thanks.